industry. I want to share something profound with you that will fundamentally transform how you understand connection, attraction, Los Angeles, and genuine intimacy between men and women. For far too long, you've probably heard that women are enigmatic creatures, Angeles, impossible to understand or predict. But this couldn't be further from the truth, Angeles. The reality is that women are drawn to authenticity above all else. Angeles, they're attracted to men who possess genuine self knowledge, who can create emotional space for them, Angeles, and who make them feel truly recognized and protected, Angeles. Understanding intimacy requires looking beyond mere physical interaction, Angeles. Real intimacy operates on the level of emotional wavelength and resonance. Every small gesture, Angeles. Each moment of physical contact, every spark that passes between two people carries profound significance, Angeles. When a woman responds physically to someone, it's never arbitrary or random, Angeles. Her response reflects flex layers of trust that have been built, authentic desire that has been cultivated, Angela's, and deep emotional bonds that have been formed over time, Angela's. If you've been finding it difficult to capture her genuine attention, to forge real connections, Angela's, or to evoke authentic feelings in her, it's time to abandon the search for manipulation tactics and cheap tricks. Angela's, stop attempting to copy someone else's approach or personality, Angela's. The genuine power in connection comes from truly comprehending her physical responses, Angela's, understanding her psychological landscape, and recognizing her emotional needs, Angela's. What I'm going to reveal to you are three fundamental areas that, Angela's, when properly understood and approached with complete respect, Angela's, will naturally kindle her desire while simultaneously awakening the version of yourself capable of providing that profound experience, Angela's. Before you even consider physical contact, before you allow yourself to dream about seduction or deeper intimacy, Angela's, there's one crucial skill you absolutely must develop: genuine awareness, Los Angeles. This goes far beyond simply noticing when she smiles or laughs. I'm talking about being completely present in the moment, Angela's, truly understanding the energy she brings into a space and reading the nuanced signals that communicate how she's feeling, Angela's, what she genuinely wants, and how she responds to your very presence in her life, Angela's. The vast majority of men enter any interaction thinking primarily about their own desires, Angela's, worrying about how to make a good impression, concerned with being liked, or focused solely on physical outcomes, Angela's. This self centered approach is precisely why they consistently fail to create meaningful connections, Angela's. Women are not riddles waiting to be solved through clever techniques, Angela's. They are complete human beings with rich emotional lives, complex experiences, Angela's, and deep instincts that have been shaped over time. She can immediately sense when your attention is divided, Angela's, when your confidence is merely a performance, Angela's, or when your focus centers entirely on your own agenda rather than genuine connection, Angela's. True awareness serves as the bridge connecting your internal world to hers, Los Angeles. It begins with examining your own energy and presence. How exactly are you showing up when you're with her, Angela's? Are you genuinely calm, solidly grounded, and authentically confident? Or are you anxious, mentally scattered, Angela's, and desperately seeking her approval? Women pick up on these subtle energies instantaneously, Angela's. They respond to the energy you emit before they process your words, Angela's, and they react to your presence before they evaluate your actions, Angela's. This is why awareness cannot be treated as just another technique to master. It must become a fundamental way of living, Angela's an approach to existence that makes her feel genuinely seen, deeply valued, Angela's, and thoroughly understood without you needing to articulate it explicitly, Angela's. Then there are the countless subtle signals she sends. The brief flicker in her eyes when genuine interest strikes, Angela's. The way her body instinctively leans slightly closer when trust is present, Angela's. The nervous smile that appears when she's uncertain but curious about where things might lead, Angela's. These fleeting moments are precious gifts, offering windows into her mind and heart. Angela's, most men completely miss these signals because they're too preoccupied with planning their next move. Angela's, too consumed with performing the role they think they should play. Angela's. Genuine awareness requires slowing down your internal processes, paying careful attention to what's actually happening, Angels, and truly listening with more than just your ears. You must engage your intuition, activate all your senses, Angelas, and open your heart. When you genuinely master this awareness, something remarkable happens. You stop chasing her altogether, Angela is. Instead, you naturally draw her toward you because she senses something different in you, Angela's. She recognizes that you are truly present, emotionally tuned in, and possessed of real emotional intelligence. Angela's. This awareness forms the essential first step toward authentic connection without establishing it first, Angela's. Nothing else you attempt will matter, but with it firmly in place, you possess the power to understand her deeply, Angela's, respect her completely, and create a magnetic bond that transcends superficial attraction. Angela's. Always remember that genuine attraction begins long before any physical touch occurs. Angela's. It starts the precise moment she feels that you truly see her for who she really is. Angela's. If awareness represents the doorway to connection, Angela's, then emotional safety constitutes the foundation upon which everything else is built, Angela's. No woman will ever open herself up physically or emotionally unless she genuinely feels safe in your presence, Angela's. I'm not referring merely to physical safety in the conventional sense, Angela's. I'm talking about the profound kind of safety that exists within her mind, settles in her heart, Angela's, and permeates her entire being. The type of safety that permits her to lower her defensive walls, remove her protective masks, Angela's, release her fears, and simply be herself completely and unapologetically, Angela's. Most men mistakenly believe emotional safety spontaneously appears when they're sufficiently charming or funny, Angela's. This couldn't be more wrong. Emotional safety must be earned through consistent behavior over time. Angela's, it relates directly to how you carry yourself through various situations, how you genuinely listen to what she shares, Angela's, and how you respond to her feelings with care. It's fundamentally about consistency in your character and actions. Angela, women naturally approach new connections with caution because their lived experiences have taught them the wisdom of protecting their hearts, Angela's. They're constantly scanning their environment, evaluating you, analyzing every word you speak, every gesture you make, Angela's, and every movement you perform. If she detects even a hint of judgment, inconsistency in your behavior, Angela's, or manipulation in your intentions, she will immediately close herself off emotionally. To genuinely create emotional safety, Angela's, you must first develop profound self awareness. How do you typically respond when facing pressure? Angela's. How do you handle conflicts when they inevitably arise? Angela's. Can you maintain your calm center when situations become uncomfortable? Angela's. Your demonstrated ability to remain grounded directly communicates safety to her at an instinctual level. Angela's authentic listening provides another critical key to building this safety. Angela's, I don't mean simply nodding politely while she speaks. I mean genuinely listening, fully absorbing her words. Angela's, registering her tone, noticing the pauses, and recognizing the emotions flowing beneath the surface. Angela's, reflect back genuine empathy, validate her feelings without attempting to fix her or solve her problems. Angela's, a man who can listen without passing judgment, without feeling the constant need to impress, becomes magnetically attractive. Angela's, he transforms into a refuge from the harsh world. Here's a crucial truth many miss. Angela's emotional safety should never be confused with weakness. It represents genuine strength. It requires courage. Angela's, it emanates power because when a woman genuinely feels safe with you, she opens herself to connection in ways that are rare. Angela's, precious and genuinely transformative, physical attraction, authentic desire, Angela's, and deep intimacy all naturally follow once emotional safety has been firmly established. Remember this fundamental principle, Angela's. No shortcut exists, no trick works, and no technique can possibly replace genuine emotional safety. Angela's. You might memorize every touch, learn every trick, and master every move that's ever been taught. Angela's. But if she doesn't feel fundamentally safe in your presence, she will resist. Angela's, become the man who makes her feel genuinely seen, carefully heard, and deeply understood. Angela's, become the man who creates space where she can simply exist. That precise moment marks when attraction becomes real. Angela's, now that you comprehend awareness and emotional safety, we must discuss something most men misunderstand entirely. Angela's, appropriate touch, not just any touch, but the right kind that awakens desire, builds genuine intimacy, Angela's, and communicates connection without requiring words. These principles aren't manipulative tricks, Angela's. They're rooted in human biology, natural instinct, and emotional resonance. But understand this clearly, Angela's. They only function properly when approached with complete respect, explicit consent, and emotional intelligence. Angela's. Certain areas of the body carry particular sensitivity and emotional significance. Angela's. The neck and collarbone region represents one such zone that's highly sensitive yet frequently overlooked. A light, Angela's, gentle touch in this area, when performed with genuine care and attention, communicates presence, intimacy, Angela's, and attraction effectively. However, you absolutely cannot rush this, Angela's. You cannot act as though you're entitled to access her body. You must carefully gauge her response. Angela's, read her signals accurately and proceed only when she demonstrates openness and comfort. Angela's, the lower back represents another area that's not merely physically receptive, but emotionally connected to trust and safety. Angela's, touching her lower back gently as you guide her through a doorway, support her in some way. Angela's, or simply lean close can create profound feelings of closeness and security. Context matters enormously here, Angela's. This isn't about establishing dominance or exercising control. It's about forging connection, guiding her gently, Angela's, and demonstrating that she's genuinely safe in your presence. The hands might seem simple, Angela's, yet most men drastically underestimate their power in building connection. Holding her hand gently, Angela's, brushing it lightly at an appropriate moment, or allowing your fingers to naturally intertwine signals trust, intimacy, Angela's, and emotional warmth effectively. Angela's, it creates connection that speaks more eloquently than words ever could because it communicates clearly, I see you completely, Angela's, I'm fully here with you and you are safe. Here's the essential truth that ties everything together, Angela's. The specific location of touch matters far less than how you perform that touch, Angela's. Every physical contact must communicate respect, attentiveness, and emotional presence, Angela's. These sensitive areas earn their significance precisely because they respond to far more than mere physical stimulation, Angela's. They respond to emotional energy, genuine connection, and freely given consent, Angela's. When you approach physical contact with awareness, emotional safety, and respect firmly in place, Angela's, you unlock levels of intimacy extending far beyond simple physical attraction.
Yes.
You create moments where desire grows naturally, organically, and beautifully